Hey Adam, I have some bad news. Did you hear?
No, what happened, man?
We lost The Rock.
I'm sorry. How do you lose The Rock?
He died.
Wait, I'm sorry. Dwayne Johnson, Pat. Why is I? How did I not hear about this?
No, not that Rock. The other Rock. His father.
Oh, Rocky.
The first.
You should have just gone with Rocky on that one.
I'm sorry. He's a Rock too.
Well, yeah, but he's the
First
Rocky.
African American tag team champions for the WWE.
Yes, he was.
So,
I mean, the man held like pretty much every belt in NWA before that as well.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll definitely have to send our condolences out to the family.
Yes. Let's go ahead and just give it a 10-bell salute, and then we'll get into the show, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new episode of As the Buckle Turns. I'm Adam.
I'm Tim.
And this week, I mean, we got better news going from, but we had to say goodbye to Rocky Johnson. 75 years old, man. 75.
Yeah. So our condolences do go out to the Johnson family and their loss.
Yeah.
And hope for them the best in this time of mourning. Because I was a little worried when I saw that. I'm like, oh, great, we lost another well-known wrestler too early. Then I saw that he was 75. I'm like, okay, he lived a long life.
Well, I mean, you got to remember that Dwayne is 47 years old, going to be 48 this year.
I swear the guy should be in his 60s, how often I've seen him. But I know he's not that old.
No. Which also reminds me that when he first appeared, he was young.
Yeah, he was young. But no, it was a shock for that. And again, hopefully his family is together and just they can celebrate what his father accomplished in the wrestling business and just be there for each other.
Right. Right, let's move on.
So we got some controversy, Adam, we got to talk about.
Oh, for crying out loud, I hate controversy. Because then I feel like I have to take a side.
You love controversy.
No.
Don't lie.
I love drama. TNT.
Drama, controversy, same thing.
All right, so what's the controversy this week?
All right, so this past week, it was announced formally out on the Twitterverse that apparently Tessa Blanchard is known for a bully and a racist, with some female wrestlers accused her of these tactics right before her Hard to Kill main event where she would be challenging for the Impact World Championship.
Okay. I mean, one, I always feel it's very convenient when people reveal information right before somebody else is, on the verge of something big. I always find that very convenient. At the same time, I gotta always say to the victims of these situations, even if you don't get recognized with what you say it. Get your message out there. Let people know what has happened to you as soon as you possibly can. And repeat it. Repeat it until people truly see it for what it is. It may, it might take a while. And maybe it's only coming to light now because of Tessa Blanchard being in the position that she's in now. That could be true.
So it could be true. I mean, from what Tessa Blanchard kind of asked for this stuff to come out by tweeting, "Hey, women supporting each other, good things happen," and then all this information starts pouring out.
I mean,
I'm not the person to determine when this stuff should come out. I do find it kind of convenient that this happens right before she wins the Impact World Championship. We'll get to that in a minute.
Yep.
But at the same time,
Yeah.
it's been revealed by Dave Meltzer that Impact was very aware of Tessa Blanchard's behavior in the past when they hired her. It's actually one of the reasons why WWE passed on signing her, because of her attitude.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where it's like, okay, so there is credibility to this, which is Impact did not care about it. They clearly didn't have they didn't really care about it because they still put the world title on her.
Right.
And from what the accusations that have come out against her, these happened several years ago.
Right.
Which is fine. I'm always skeptical about things that come out in the past being come up now. I mean, this was only apparently a few years ago, so it's still kind of relevant. But again, the person could change, have changed. I don't know. I don't know the situation. I don't know Tessa Blanchard. All I know is good things are happening for women, and then to have it be muddled by such a scandal,
Yeah.
it devalues the accomplishment that is happening.
I mean, at the same
And
time,
the fact that
we've been talking
Go ahead.
about Tessa Blanchard being, the man, if you will, in Impact Wrestling for about a year now.
yes,
So once she got high profile, usually those things start to come out.
Yep.
You would have thought that through this entire past run that she's been having, where clearly she's been a main focus for the company, somebody would have been saying something through all of this. I'm not going to victim blame, but you have really good timing. Really good timing.
Now, I'm gonna say that because it wasn't the person
No.
who was called who in Japan she would Tessa apparently called her the N-word over there, did not come forward. This was other people putting this out there.
Yeah.
The victim I can't remember who the star was. She has come forward now since, but it was other people throwing this out there and all that.
Yeah.
One person who did come out and said Tessa Blanchard bullied people, and her specifically, was Chelsea Green, which Tessa Blanchard has then recounted saying, "I've never bullied you. I've come to your defense on multiple times." So that's in question about that. But there was the other. So I'm questioning that element right now
Yes.
because of this. But as for this, we do have the wrestler who has come forward about it, and other people who backed it up. So there's credibility to this the account. But again, I do find that the people who did throw this out there picked their time.
Yeah.
They picked their moment. And again, we should not be hiding from this. If this is happening, it needs to be known.
Yes.
But
When
at the same
people do
time-
bad things, call it out.
And it should be called out at the time. Now, I understand that the victim didn't want to. I really wish I knew her name, because I keep saying that. I thought I had it in here.
I mean, you could keep talking. That way I don't have to cut a whole bunch of editing and stuff like that. Because you know how much I love editing.
Okay. Well, I love editing, so... Oh, wait, anyway, this was NW World Champion Allison Kay bringing up the story in question. Remember when you spat in a black woman's face and called her the N-word in Japan? Was that you supporting women? The audacity of this tweet. Puerto Rican wrestler Black Rose made public by the case that she had permissions of the Puerto Rican wrestler Black Rose. So apparently, I think it was Black Rose was the name of the wrestler. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I think La Rose, Black Rose, for all that.
Yeah.
So it just, so she did have permission to say that, which is fine, but at the same time, it's just timing. I mean, if Black Rose wasn't ready for when this happened when it happened, that's understandable.
Yeah.
But to pick your moment, to pick this moment, I'm sorry. I find it that these women decide to do it. But again,
I mean, at the same time,
hide from these things. If they're happening, they need to be revealed.
When, Tessa Blanchard kind of opened the door for this stuff too. I mean,
yeah.
So if Tessa had kept her mouth shut, none of this probably would have come up. Yep. Which means that it was an internal issue that Impact knew about previously, not necessarily the specific things. But overall, they knew she had attitude issues. And they went, all right, you know what? We're cool with it because we can work with it.
I also don't think if this was still an issue with her, they would put their top championship on her.
Mm-hmm.
So, but this is only speculation. But we definitely need to talk about it because it's an issue. People need to be held accountable for actions. This was in the past. Hopefully, Tessa Blanchard has learned her lesson, and she has maybe, I don't know if it doesn't seem like she has apologized, but she's learned and grown. Only time will tell with that. But
I mean, it could be a thing that Tessa herself has already dealt with in the past.
Yep.
And she believes that it's been settled between her and the parties she needed to have it settled with, which is why you get the apology that you got at Hard to Kill.
Yeah. So let's transition into Hard to Kill. One of two predictions we had for this past weekend. We actually drew on this show, Adam.
Yes, we did.
So we both got 4 right. We had the wins go like this. Ken Shamrock defeated Madman Fulton. Moose defeated Rhino. Brian Cage was crushed by RVD. Actually didn't really kind of have a match. They actually did some kind of angle.
Yeah, it went to a no contest type of situation.
Yeah. Basically the ref stopped the match.
Yeah.
And then RVD had another match with someone else and then beat them.
Yes. And that was an actual match.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like because they actually did have a match, but the ref stopped it, so they did something different. More on Brian Cage later in the show. A rumor about him. Eddie Edwards defeated Michael England for the Call Your Shots trophy. The North retained the tag titles in a handicap match because Rich Swann was injured the night before and was not cleared to wrestle. Tyler Valkyrie retained her Knockouts Championship.
Okay.
Ace Austin retained the X Division Championship. And Sally Callahan lost the Impact World's Championship to Tessa Blanchard.
Yeah, from what I'm hearing, overall, pretty good show.
I've heard a few people who said that the early parts of the show was bad.
Yeah, like
for Hard to Kill,
the show got better as it went along.
Yeah, it was a lot, but as it got to the end, it was great there. So that was our final show of the weekend. Our first show that happened earlier in the day was Takeover Blackpool 2, which I walked out as still predictions champion and still prediction champions because of the draw.
Yep.
So it was, Adam, you did terrible on this show.
I know I did.
You got one right. I got one wrong. I was one shot away from being perfect on this card. I don't know what it is with NXT UK, but I usually do very, very well with their predictions for some reason.
Yeah, look, man.
And I don't follow them at all.
Sometimes I get cards that I don't pay attention to, and I do really well with them. And then I have cards that I pay a lot of attention to, and I'm terrible with them. You know what? I am a crapshoot no matter what. You hand me a card and ask me to take predictions off from it, it is a crapshoot every time.
Pretty much. So, the victory, we'll go through the cards right here really quickly. Tyler Bates defeat Jordan Devlin. We both had Tyler Bates as the winner. Trent Seven lost to Eddie Dennis. That's your loss. My win. Kaylee Ray retained the NXT UK Women's Championship, which I got right. You picked Toni Storm to become a 2-time champion.
Mm-hmm.
Where we both got wrong. Gallus retained the NXT UK Tag Team Championships. You had the Grizzly Young Veterans. I had Imperium. We were wrong. And then, Adam, you were wrong about Joe Coffey winning the NXT UK Championship, where I had Volter retain, and he did.
You know, this
only
is
to have Undisputed Era attack to beat him down, setting up the Worlds Collide main event in a week.
You know, this is probably the only time that these words will ever be said in this order. Look, this is the first time that Coffee has let me down. Normally, I love coffee.
Wow, Adam. Oh, God.
Coffee always lifts my spirits, but this time Coffee let me down.
Wow.
I know.
Okay. But yeah, so as for our questions, because we did actually have questions for this one, how many championships will change hands? You had 3. I had 1. We were both wrong.
Yep.
How many chops would it take to take down Coffee? We actually didn't. I haven't watched the match, so I have no clue.
Okay.
And would there be a star signee scene or anything? Again, didn't watch the show, so I have no clue.
We are terrible wrestling fans.
Mostly because I didn't have time to really go through and read the read through to see what happened.
Yeah, right now between day job and recording content for the rest of the channel, I have not been able to pay attention. I still haven't been able to watch Wrestle Kingdom. Okay?
Damn, man.
I feel really, really bad, and this weekend I know I'm busy straight through the weekend again, and I don't have time to watch either one, like any of these shows right now. Like, it's gonna be February by the time I can do it.
What you need to do, Adam, is you need to figure out the matches you want to watch from like Wrestle Kingdom and these shows, and just watch a match a night.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do it that way. I'm gonna have to do the shows that way.
Because I'm gonna be honest. All the multi-man matches they had at Wrestle Kingdom, I really didn't. They looked good. I had no interest in going back and watching them. So
yeah,
I'll be more than happy to. At some point, I do want to watch at least the main event of Naito and Okada just to see how that was, but we'll see. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, that's what our predictions. So we do have some news about our predictions. Earlier today, before we started recording, we decided that we are now in a new cycle for predictions because we cover so many more pay-per-views for different companies. Starting our cycle at the end of WrestleMania just doesn't work for us anymore. So we decided we're going to start our new cycle in January and end in December. This way, Wrestle Kingdom kicks us off with a new year. that does unfortunately leave us with TLC, leaving us with that program. But overall, it will just make it easier for us to calculate the wins and losses and just go from there.
Well, one of the best things about like starting it basically January 1 is that, you know, when we do our year-end awards, we can go back through. Our year-end show is going to have like its own content every year, no matter what.
Yeah, we'll be because we'll have the full year of all the matches that we went over.
Yep.
Through the year, we'll be able to actually go through and use that as our thing. And also, we can also start marking down matches that we like to consider for our match of the year.
Exactly.
As well. So it will work overall. So while I'm going to give us our final wins and losses, this will incorporate everything we've done since WrestleMania up until through Hard to Kill, but only Wrestle Kingdom, NXT UK Blackpool 2, and Hard to Kill are going to count towards 2020 win-loss. And then Adam's been keeping a paper copy of our predictions for the past few years.
Okay, so this past year's run have not been doing a paper copy. But the years before.
I'm talking about like you've been keeping track of all the old records.
Oh yeah. I have everything before we started on our spreadsheets.
Yeah, so he's going to give me our total wins and losses at some point. So our overall, so we keep track of actually our overall together, will remain, and then we'll just reset the year's wins and losses in beginning of January 1st.
Yeah.
So for that, but the wins losses stand at Adam had 9 wins, 16 losses, and 2 draws. This gives him a winning percentage of 33, a losing percentage of 59, and a draw of 7%. He is currently on a 2-show losing streak.
Okay, so I'm not doing so. Last year I did not do so well. Okay.
Nope. I'm on the opposite. I have 16 wins, 9 losses, 2 draws, 59% win streak, 33% loss streak, and a 7% draw. And then I have a 2-show win streak. And for those who don't know, when we have a draw in a win streak, it does not cancel out the win streak. Draws just bypasses it. That's all it does.
Yeah, kind of.
So our current for the year of 2020 is I have 2 wins, 0 losses, and a draw. And Adam has the inverse of that of 0 wins, 2 losses, and a draw.
Yeah. Hey, look, my comeback's happening. It's coming soon. Any day now.
Well, if this past year has been any indication, where I went on a 5-show win streak, outside of that, no win streak has gone higher than 3.
Yeah.
Adam, you started that streak at the beginning of our prediction cycle. I continue after my 5. You kind of did it again. It went back and forth, but none of us have gone more than 3 since my longest win streak. So
nope.
We're gonna see. And then Adam, one thing can you do when you give me the wins and losses? Can you see who has the longest streak overall?
Okay.
And then that will be our official long win streak record, and then we'll do yearly win streaks, longest win streaks as well.
Okay.
So, because right now I know one of us went longer than 5 in one of the years. I'm for sure.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and actually look at that.
Yeah, but that's something that can get me later on. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have about our predictions. We're gonna move right on in to our news cycle.
Frick yeah, let's go ahead. And you know what? I've got a lot of news about AEW this year. I mean, this week, this year. Wow, I sometimes words, you know. All right, had a little bit moment there. Kind of had a stroke. I smell toast. Oh, wait, no, that's just one of my roommates making toast. Never mind. All right, yeah, let's move on to AEW, who right away, good news for AEW, kind of ties into what you said a couple of weeks ago, Tim, that Tony's dad was very pleased with how AEW's been shaping up and reinvested into the company.
Oh,
and
this was last week I said this?
Last week,
So it
okay.
has been a couple of weeks?
It's okay, dude. It sometimes 1 week feels like it's months.
No, I know the feeling.
Okay.
Trust me, I know the feeling.
Like you look up one day and you're like, oh shit, 2 weeks went by. You look up the next time and it feels like it's been even longer, and you're like, it's been 5 days. Literally, this is Friday. Why is this week stretching out so much? And why do I feel like I'm gonna go cry. I'm gonna go cry in the corner. I'm out of here.
No, Adam, I've had this past year at one point, I had a day go by where I thought it was like a Monday. Tuesday, I thought was Friday.
Wow. Like you woke up and literally thought it was Friday, and you're like, well, it's Friday, so we're going to do these Friday activities. And you're like, wait, no, it's Tuesday. Oh God.
Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, I know what you're talking about because yesterday, or actually was it yesterday or was it? Yeah, it was yesterday. It was announced that Warner Media and AEW have further extended their contract through 2023.
Yes. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. AEW Dynamite is still going to be on TV and through 2023. Man, that's actually really cool.
Yep. And to give you an idea of how much this new deal is worth, because they also are going to be bringing another show to TV.
Okay.
Apparently there was announced that it's going to be AEW Dark, which they've already been doing.
Yeah.
But they're going to make some changes to the show before bringing it to TNT. The idea is apparently going to be focused around more some backstage stuff, the storylines,
Okay.
and younger talent, which is actually a really good idea.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel that AEW Dark should have it kind of already does that.
Yep. So it's going to be interesting to see how they make the changes. There's no time frame for when they're going to bring it up to TNT, but they are coming. And this is because proves the fact that Warner Media has been thrilled with what AEW's done for them.
It is weird, though, that
they've been on TV.
At the same time, Warner Media, in other divisions of their entertainment world, like all the companies and channels that they own, are killing off other things. Like Rooster Teeth, they killed off an entire animation division with Rooster Teeth.
Yep.
College Humor has a CEO and no employees.
Really? I didn't hear about that one.
Or a president. Basically, it's the person who runs College Humor. No one works there. Like, it's dead.
Interesting.
But it's because of a cut by Warner Media.
Interesting.
So it looks like Warner's cutting the smaller fringe things that maybe have not been making money, and they're going, okay, well you're going to be making us money, so here.
It's also possible, like for College Humor, that they're planning on it's not necessarily dead. They're going to bring in new crop of employees that they can pay. That won't be as expensive. Only time, because that can always happen too. But to give you a frame, this 4-year deal is worth $175 million. That's just under $45 million per year.
What? They're not getting WWE $5 billion a year numbers? This is crap.
Well, since it's still a brand new TV show and it's still doing very well, it hasn't broken the million marker yet since its debut, but it's still very close. But it's still a great deal, and Dave Meltzer has announced that because of this deal, AEW will be financially in the black in 2020.
That's awesome. I mean, that also, like, for a wrestling promotion this young, hitting the black that early, is a great thing.
Yeah,
With a TV deal.
Yes, and there was a talk back in the summers that they mentioned that, I think it was Dave Meltzer who also said that based on their strategy, it was predicted that AEW would be profitable within 2 to 3 years with a TV deal. And now they have a TV deal, and the people they're working with is expanding that and extending it and making them profit sooner is great. This again goes to show, like you brought it up, that last week we had the news that Tony Khan's dad is now behind AEW 100%. And I'm gonna take a wild shot here. It's because this deal was being negotiated last week for a little while now, and that's what secured the deal. Like, he's like, oh, they want to extend our contract for 4 more years. Okay, this is a good. That was probably what locked it in, which is good. When you get like someone who's coming back to you only months after your TV show debuted and saying, we want to extend this for more years than what our original contract was.
Which means that TNT was not setting, first of all, the bar very high for them regarding ratings, and basically they went, no, we're looking for buzz on this.
Yep. And well, they've always said when they came in with their numbers, even now they are receiving double what the expectation was that Warner was expecting.
Yeah.
Warner's media was basically saying, you have a buzz, we're expecting you to at least draw in around 500,000, 400,000 viewers. That's what we're expecting. And then we're consistently hitting 900,000 with a few lower numbers to closer to 600,000 here and there. But on average, they're closer to 1 million views almost every week. That's a good thing, especially for a network like TNT.
Yep.
So this is a great thing. It means the Monday Night Wars will continue for a little bit longer.
The Wednesday Night Wars?
Yes, the Wednesday Night Wars. For that. But speaking of the Wednesday Night Wars, we have the ratings for this past Wednesday's Wednesday Night War.
Frick yeah!
And hey Adam, can I get a drum roll?
Oh, sorry, that's not the drum roll you were thinking. I went right into tribal.
Jeez. Idiot. Anyway, the Wednesday night edition of Bash at the Beach coined the Wednesday Night Dynamite coined Bash at the Beach episode drew 940,000 viewers, topping NXT's 700,000 on the USA Network, a 34% difference. So to give you some look at the last few weeks, NXT dropped 21,000 viewers from last week. AEW dropped 7,000 from last week.
I'm not saying that NXT is doing things wrong, but what I'm saying is it's the exact thing that we said early on regarding NXT and the WWE, NXT on USA and the WWE Network. It's up on the network the next night.
Yep, and not just that, but if you compare the main event scenes from last night's episode of Dynamite and NXT, you had a battle royale for the number one contendership for the NXT Women's Championship, which I heard was a good show. Versus, I can't remember what the main event of NXT Dynamite was, but it was not. It was oh crap! I can't think of it now.
So I just looked up Dark their numbers, no, AEW Dark, on YouTube, what they're looking at for weekly numbers, they really are hitting like 300 to 500,000 views on YouTube.
Yeah.
And they're hour-long episodes, which means that there's YouTube ads being put in there.
Oh, yeah.
Which they're making money off from that as well.
Yeah. So it's a good thing for them. Okay, I'm just trying to find... Yeah, I'm trying to find their... here it is. Nope, that is a injury. Potential injury.
What are you looking up?
I'm trying to find out the main event of Dynamite. I know Pac was in there.
For this week?
Yeah.
All right. Keep looking it up then.
Let's see.
I'll sit here and talk about how great Adam is and how this year is going to be 2020 is going to be the year that he holds the Predictions Championship from February all the way through to December.
Yeah, you keep telling yourself that, buddy.
You know what? Actually, I'm going to talk about New England Wrestling Alliance here for you, ladies and gentlemen. This week,
oh, God.
It is the go-home show before Blood Feud 2, The Feudining. Normally, my co-announcer, Jedi, would have jumped right in there with Blood Feud. But, yes. And... oh man, I should probably look at what matches are going to be on that card. If I could find the card, that would be.
I'm going to cut into your promo because no one cares about your little sideshow.
Hey, it gets more views than this show, man. Whatever.
Because you're on this show. If you were on the show, we'd get far more views.
I'm on both shows.
You're more tolerable on that show than this one. That's why. Anyway, the main event was Pac versus Darby Allin. Winner moves on to next week's number one contender match, which will be Jon Moxley versus Pac.
Ooh, sweet. We get next week a Jon Moxley versus Pac match. Oh, yes. I can't wait for that.
So, versus the women's Battle Royal to crown the number one contender for the NXT Women's Championship, which... nothing against Bianca Belair, but she's still not that over. They had a bunch of other people in there that they could have given a shot. But, I mean, it was a predictable. One of the people that they could have given a shot, but it was absolutely it's not going to happen was because, well, she's kind of in a feud with Dakota Kai. And that's Tegan Nox, who went for something on the ropes, and Dakota came out, pushed her off, and eliminated her, and she wasn't even in the match.
Okay.
So, but I will say this, there's some good news. I'm so happy. Casey Catanaro has returned to the ring, because there was rumors over the summer that she was done with wrestling because of a back injury and all that, and there was other rumors that saying she wasn't done. But we now know that she is back because she was in the Battle Royale. She had a cool spot when she came into the ring. She just climbed up the post where there's no stairs. She just climbed on up and stood. And then later in the match, it was Shayna Baszler who was trying to eliminate her. There was someone else on the ring apron. I don't know who. So she was thrown at the ropes. Casey grabbed the ropes, rolled over him onto the back of the girl, and then brought herself back over into the ring. When Shayna went to elbow her to go over, she dropped out of the way, and Shayna eliminated the girl on the ropes, on the apron. Cool little spot. I really hope that she's going to be back, and they're actually going to push her and use her, because she's amazing. But that's my little shout out for that one. But ultimately, I do think NXT does need to pick up their main event scene, especially when we've had some really good ones for AEW.
Right.
I do think next week we will probably have a better one because I think it would be a mistake if they didn't put the AEW Tag Team Championship match between SCU and Hangman Adam Page and Kenny Omega.
Yep.
Because early in the night, they were crowned Tag Team Champions. And it actually caused a little bit of a ruffle with them and the Young Bucks, because the Young Bucks were like, hey, we're all friends here. We're the tag team. We go for the tag titles.
Yeah.
And Hangman Page is like, no, I want to win. And I want the championships.
I am enjoying
Peacemaker.
how we have hung over Adam Page. The drunkard Adam Page.
Which he actually, later in the night, confronted SCU and spilled his beer on Daniels. That didn't go over well. And Kenny Omega had to come in and play Peacemaker. So, Adam, we talked about last week, I believe, where it was rumored that Matt Hardy might be the leader of the Dark Order.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, there's a rumor out there also that it's going to be Hangman Page.
Turn out to be that would just be ridiculous. Because you'd have to explain why Hangman Page is just been, since accidentally picking up a cup of vodka or gin, or I forget which one it was. It was clear liquor from Private Party, and just downing it as fast as possible, and then been on binge drinking ever since, is suddenly the leader, the behind the scenes guy of Dark Order. No, that doesn't make any sense.
Well, Wrestle Talk actually had talked about this today, and they're saying like, people are saying who's the leader of Dark Order, and they're people were saying, oh, it could be Matt Hardy, it could be so and so, all these rumors, and Ali Davis was saying like, the leader of the Dark Order has been Evil Uno. He's been doing all the promos. He's been the one promoting it. He's the one in the suit. And it's only recently they decided to hint at and show behind the scenes of them talking to a leader with a voice modulator and everything. And so it's like, no, the leader of this is Evil Uno, but they've decided, no, they're going to change this. So they were trying to figure out why is it all of a sudden they're going in this direction when it's been very clear from AEW TV for the while it was Evil Uno. Personally, I think they kind of hit it is that someone has gotten released or someone's they know is going to be coming in who has a name.
Yep.
Who might be able to help get them over.
Lift them up, man.
They were not a big fan of any of the theories out there. They were not happy that Matt Hardy was being considered one because they thought the Broken Universe was different enough that it should be its own thing. I disagree. I think it should be, you could easily bring in the Broken Universe, alter it a little bit to fit it better with the Dark Order. But only time will tell.
All right. Yeah, who knows? Who knows? I mean, I do like the idea of Matt Hardy taking over.
Oh, yeah.
Coming in being like, no, I'm the guy pulling the strings in the background. Ooh. That would be cool. I really like the idea. It's Adam Page to me is just no. I mean, if they're physically having him stand in for the role right now, cool. That's a great idea. Use your personnel however you want. But having him kayfabe become their leader, no. I don't like it.
All right, we do have some contract signings that we got to go over. One specifically for AEW.
Yes.
The rumor is Brian Cage, former Impact World Champion, has signed a multi-year deal with All Elite Wrestling.
I like how you're calling it a rumor. Like almost every AEW signing that has been revealed has been true, but Brian Cage, because his girlfriend or wife denied it happening. By the way, she's the only one who has denied it. I mean,
That's
Brian
true.
Cage hasn't confirmed it, but
No.
she's the only one denying it. Like,
Yeah,
Impact
and-
isn't even going, he's still under contract with us. What the hell is this shit?
Yeah. You know what? I'm still going to say with a rumor because you never know. These things could turn out to be false. But
It's the John Morrison method of doing it.
I know. Because even John Morrison's wife denied it after he signed with
Yep.
that came out. So, but it'll be interesting to see. I do think they're probably, because they want to keep it under wraps, so when they do have him debut, I would probably guess at Revolution
Yes.
would be the best time to debut him. But only time will tell.
Oh, I want him to come out and immediately, like, Jericho wins the championship again, and he immediately comes out and destroys Jericho in the ring.
It'd be interesting.
It goes off the air, basically a Moxley-esque entrance, where Moxley came in, basically kicked Jericho out of the ring, and kicked Kenny's ass. I want to see Brian Cage do the opposite, where he comes in, he moves whoever it is, they roll out of the ring. Brian Cage just comes down and just lays out Jericho. And then the rest of the inner circle comes out and Brian leaves, through the crowd. Just like, boop, I'm out, bitches. Ha ha.
We'll see. I mean,
because his nickname is Swolverine.
I do like that, but at the same time, I do kind of like the idea of putting the belt on Moxley, because I think Jericho has had a good run with the belt, and also because they have mentioned how when the Elite and the Inner Circle do face off against each other, they really want that kind of group dynamic. I think it would be good to have Jericho drop the belt, build to that for Double or Nothing.
Yep.
To have that there. So
okay.
Jericho would have to be a part of it. He would need to drop the belt beforehand.
I can still make this work. Brian Cage comes out and destroys Moxley.
Yeah.
A la Moxley destroying Kenny Omega. And then it's the Swolverine who because now you've got Moxley is the smaller guy in this situation. Like his first major feud was Kenny, the 5-star guy. And he made the 5-star guy get so off balance that he accepted a unsanctioned match. Now he's gotten into Jericho's head. Jericho put the belt up. Moxley doesn't want the belt. He wants to beat up Jericho. There's a difference.
No, he wants the belt.
Well, yeah.
You missed his entire promo of when he denied he joined the Inner Circle and then lied was because he wants the AEW championship.
Okay. But Brian Cage comes out and his entire thing is, no, I want the championship. I don't care who's got the belt. I'm going to destroy them.
Yeah.
And it costs it eventually costs Moxley the belt.
No. Does not cost him the belt. No. Anyway, we do have another huge sign to talk about.
Yes.
But it's not for AEW, Adam.
Sorry, who is it for?
It's for our old buddy Marty Scurll.
Marty Scurll.
He has re-signed with Ring of Honor.
Look, this was not part of our prediction regarding where he was going to go or anything, because he got a sweet deal out of Ring of Honor.
Yes, he did. So apparently it's unclear, but the idea is it's going to be for WWE main roster money.
Yes.
Around 40 dates per year with the company. He can still work with NWA and other promotions. Unclear if he could work for AEW.
Actually,
New Japan is on the list of people he can work for.
The report that I saw was that that AEW was included.
It was included?
Yes.
It's possible. I haven't seen. The last I heard it was unclear about that. But he's also taking over the lead booking and creative duties of Ring of Honor.
Yeah. Which now I'm looking at it going, okay, really 40 appearances for the year, which means that he doesn't have to book himself all that much.
Yep.
And in reality, he can leave up his own booking to somebody else in creative. Be like, hey, look, I don't want to be the asshole that books himself to win all the time. So can you guys, figure out where to put me in the show? And because it turns out, one of the big things, right away, Nick Aldis showed up and setting up NWA and having a split show with Ring of Honor at Supercard of Honor.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. It will be interesting to see what goes on going forward. But hey, you know what? I do kind of like that Marty Scurll's not coming into AEW necessarily right away because of this new contract. We don't know for a fact until either he shows up, he doesn't. Because right now they're still building a lot of people, and while he comes in, you're gonna want to use him. That's one less person that you can be building up. So I think it's actually a better thing for him to really kind of say, hey, you know what? Let me stick with the Ring of Honor. I have the NWA I can work with.
Yeah.
I'm working with New Japan I can still work with. Let me continue to build up my brand. So at some point, if I decide I want to go, I go over there because I do think eventually he will.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Then AEW will be more established, so when he comes in, they can really use him where they want him and all that.
Yep.
But again, congratulations to both these athletes, whether they're true or not.
Oh, I've got a conspiracy theory regarding, Marty Scurll, AEW, New Japan, and NWA, and Ring of Honor. Like, there's going to be a not direct single group, but basically a shared super group of pro wrestling that can happen out of this situation if egos can be stroked and good things happen.
I swear to God, if you say that NWA is part of the super group, you've lost me.
Yes, technically.
No,
but it's a behind the scenes sharing of talent style super thing.
Nope.
I'm gonna say this prediction that over the next 5 years you're going to see probably the easiest way to share a universe, if you will, between all of these companies is the Bullet Club. You're gonna see a Bullet Club member in every one of these companies in one way or another.
It's possible, but all right, we gotta move on to some other news. Our last piece of news, I believe.
I got nothing.
We have some more news about the Revival and a possibility of what their name will be when they leave WWE, assuming they actually still follow through with it, because they're still teasing it all the time.
Look, dude, I'm saying it's #FTR.
I think so too, but they did just trademark last week the name Shatter Machine, which is the name of their finisher, and it is being used in the context for wrestling as you could be using it for a name of a group.
Ooh.
Also, it could still be used for wrestling and all that. They also just trademark #FTRKO.
See, I see that, and I'm just like, FTR with... is FTR getting knocked out? Are they talking about Kevin Owens? You pointed out RKO, and I'm like, yeah, no, I don't see them working with Randy Orton anytime soon.
Well, yes, but no, it was mentioned when people brought this up that it's a reference to Randy Orton because the RKO is in there. But only time will tell until they actually leave the WWE. They go on the indie scene and see what they actually go by the name. But I do think Shatter Machine does look like a good name for them. I do still prefer that as their finisher, but I think FTR could work.
Yeah, I like FTR.
But only time will tell. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all the news we have for you today. Comment down below what you thought about the predictions with Tessa Blanchard and the situation going there. Was it a smart move to put the Impact World Championship up on her after it all?
I do got to give a little warning about that in the comment section. If things get out of hand, I will shut it down if I have to. And don't be surprised if people get nasty with one another. I am not going to put up with anything, okay?
Yeah. So let's just put it this way. Be human, people.
I mean,
Be
at
nice.
the same time, it's a YouTube comment section. Usually people get nasty with one another down there.
Yeah. Just be respectful of everyone down there for that. But also let us know what your favorite piece of news that we covered today was down in the comment section. Since you made it to the end of this video, you've been listening to us for almost an hour, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. It really helps out the channel, and let's see if we can get 5 likes on this on this
5
video.
likes, man. Look, can we get 2? Can we get 2? I mean, that's all I'm asking for. 10 plays, 2 likes. That's all I need.
You always get 2 likes.
Not always. Not always.
What, you always forget to like the videos? Your own videos?
No. Okay, maybe this show gets 2. Okay, can we get 3? 3 likes. That's all I need.
3 likes. Also, while you're at it, hit that subscribe button.
Ding. Sorry. My bad.
Ring that bell.
Ding, ding.
And pay attention, unlike Adam over here.
Look, I wasn't planning on recording tonight. Okay?
Oh, yeah, and get bent.